Hey there folks, Baltasaro back again with some more Pokemon Silver. In the last episode, we got our starter Pokemon, Chikorita, and we had our first battle with our rival, and honestly, we kicked his ass. In this episode, our Pokemon journey begins again. Let's just talk to this guy. Basically, we can just ignore him. He offers to show us how to catch Pokemon. We'll get to that when we get to it. I'll be catching my own Pokemon, and I'll explain. Really? One step? One step? You die. Yeah, there are a lot of Pokemon on this route, none of which I really recommend, apart from maybe kind of almost sort of Pidgey. It's decent early on, but there are a lot better normal flying types that aren't really too much farther off, so I would hold off on catching any Pokemon in this, really. As I was saying before, I was so rudely interrupted by a level 2 Pidgey. Yeah, I wouldn't really worry about catching any Pokemon this early on, just worry about getting your starter stronger. And if we talk to this guy, he's going to go through a big old spiel about all the different parts of different towns, but there's a little reward for it at the end. But while he's doing this, I will explain a little bit about how these Let's Play series are going to pan out. Expect more Pokemon Silver in the weeks to come. Ape Escape is going to, I wouldn't say take a backseat, but it'll be riding shotgun. Expect maybe 1 or 2 Ape Escape videos a week, and Pokemon Silver the rest of the time. Simply because I want to make Ape Escape last a little longer. You know, just knowing how the whole thing goes makes it go by a little faster. And, you know, I just want to make it last. Okay, for our trouble here, he gives us the map card, which becomes a part of our Pokegear, which actually is kind of handy, especially if you're unfamiliar with the Johto region, like I was when I first picked this game up. You just go over to your Pokegear, and then scroll through and it'll show you all the different lovely things to see in the region of Johto. But for now, I'm just going to stop at the Pokemon Center and heal up really quick before we head on, because there isn't a whole lot else to do here in Cherry Grove. We'll just heal our one Pokemon, and I'm so used to just going to 6, but just boop, done. Anyways, our Pokemon are fully healed. You know what? I have a feeling I'll be seeing you or someone that looks just like you again very soon. But for now, let's just run through here and avoid what? One step again. I didn't even bother fighting that wild Weedle, because I seem to have the worst luck with getting poisoned by those damn things this early in the game. If we run over to this tree here, we get a berry. Very general. Yeah, so berry will heal 10 HP. The berries in this game are a lot different. I got one step! But yes, like I was saying, the berries work a little differently in this game. And of course it's gold and crystal counterparts, but we'll get to that when we get to the different berries. For now, let's just pick a fight here. I don't really care what you have to say. I just want to kick your Rattata in the mouth or whatever it is and move on with my life. Youngster Joey, and he does have a Rattata. What do you know? Awful trainers in the beginning of the game having awful Pokemon. Let's just take this thing out with a quick Razor Leaf. Yeah, this route, you know, there's still no good Pokemon to catch, and the trainers kind of suck, but as Chikorita grows to level 9, it's just a good opportunity to get some experience on your starter. Like I said, I'd suggest just focusing on your starter at this point. You don't want to catch a bunch of Pokemon and end up like these bastards, just with a couple of awful Pokemon. I don't usually catch another Pokemon until the next town. We have youngster Mikey here. He starts off with a Pidgey, level 2, of course, because why would he want to level it up? He would just want the absolute minimum level for a Pokemon and go into battle with it. Anyways, a couple of tackles and it's taken care of. Oh dear. Wow, what was I was gonna talk about something. I was gonna mention something before we moved on. I honestly don't remember what it was. That's embarrassing. Let's just take down this Rattata. Really, Razor Leaf doesn't kill it. You know, just whip your tail around. I don't care, because you're gone. Tackle, you're done, son. And we get some handsome experience for it, as we defeat youngster Mikey. That's strange, I won before. Yeah, because you were fighting that other guy back there with a level 2 whatever. Like, you all suck. Get better. I don't care what you have to say, you're not a trainer. Really? Wow, it is just level 2 Pidgey Day here in here on Route whatever. Hey, stupid ass! Hey, over here! Over here! Stupid guy. I don't know where that was going. This is Bug Catcher Don. I don't know, it doesn't look like a Don. Does this guy look like a Don to you? He just doesn't look like a Don to me. Anyways, let's just tackle this Caterpie and get this over with. I think this guy has 2 Caterpie. I wouldn't be surprised. This route is just full of fail. Rattata, Caterpie, Weedle, garbage like that. But, like I said, good for some experience and getting some levels on Chikorita. And wow, so nice, he caught it twice and refused to level it up. Really? That time I do less than half? Alright, come on. Just knock it out, would you? Thank you. Thank you, Chikorita. That's something worth mentioning. As you can see, Chikorita does not have a nickname. You know, we're not going to get to a part where, a time I should say, when we can give this guy a nickname for a little bit, but start thinking of nicknames, and if you want to start throwing those in the comments, go ahead. I promise I do read those comments every time, every video, and do my best to respond. I feel like I'm pretty good about responding. But anyways, I guess we're just leaving this wild encounter on screen here. This is what I do. I do fight every random encounter up until the time when I can get repels. Once you know we get to a Pokemon that has repels, I just throw those up like crazy, and then I stop fighting wild battles. But fighting wild Pokemon, it's another good way to gain some experience. That was a Kakuna. I didn't even bother because it was just gonna spam hard and take forever, so I just ran. Anyways, this is the Dark Cave. It lives up to the name. It's very dark. We'll come back. For now, let's just grab this here item, which is an antidote. Cures poison, not a bad thing to have, especially because I believe there are Weedles on this route. Well, we have another berry tree. What's going on here? We have a bitter berry, which cures confusion. Very handy indeed. Of course, as with Generation 3, you can have Pokemon hold on to berries and they'll automatically use them in battle, or you can just use them as items as you see fit. Let's just fight this guy. I caught a bunch of Pokemon. Let me battle with you. Oh, great. You have a bunch of Pokemon. I love battling bug catchers with 4 frickin' Weedle. Weedle? Or Weedles? Caterpie? Caterpie, I believe the plural form of Caterpie is Caterpie, but I don't know. Weedle? Weedles? I have no idea. Let's just start kicking ass here. I mean, it's not even worth it. We're not gonna get any experience for this. Damn you, Bug Catcher Wade. Why do you have to suck so bad? Why can't you be better? I don't understand why you have to have all these terrible Pokemon and insist on fighting me. Critical hit, please? Thank you. Actually, in a scratch recording of this, I was getting critical hits like crazy. I think I had 7 critical hits in about 5 minutes of footage. It was crazy. But scrapped recordings are just that. Scrap! For various reasons. If that poisons right now, okay, thank you. Thank you, Chikorita. I don't have to yell at you now. Anyways, let's just collect our experience. Let me guess, another Caterpie. Yep, another damn Caterpie. Of course, not using Razor Leaf because grass is weak to bug, so we'd only be doing half damage. Going back to taking 1 HP of damage. If only the rest of the game were this easy. If only everyone else sucked as bad as you, Bug Catcher Wade. Really, seriously, Wade, you're awful. Aww. Yeah, aww, I feel so bad for you because you're awful at Pokemans. Oh, come on, no wild Pokemon, no wild Pokemon. You just mess with me a little bit. You just make me think I'm gonna make it there. I don't think that guy had anything important to say. Hey guy, did you visit Sprout Tower? No, I've never been to Sprout Tower before. What the hell are you talking about? I'm gonna heal really quick. Alrighty, now that that's all taken care of, we can explore Violet City a little bit. There isn't a whole lot to do. There's the Pokemon Academy, where if you are a noob, you can read up on different battle dynamics, things like that. There's the gym over there, which is a flying type gym, which, of course, if you know your type alignments, puts Chikorita at a slight disadvantage, but we'll deal with that when we have to. For now, we're just going to go through Sprite Tower. Hey! There you go. We're just going to go through Sprout Tower. These old bastards just have mostly Bellsprout. I think this guy has 3. Bellsprout. Sage Nico. I don't know, is Nico really a good name for a sage? I don't know, I feel like Nico's kind of like an international cool guy would be named Nico. I don't know. I just don't see a sage named Nico. I just see like some I don't know, just like some cool guy. You know, that wears cool clothing? I don't know. Anyways, well, maybe he's a retired international cool guy of mystery, and he decided to become a monk and live in a tower filled with Bellsprout. As you can see, these guys are a serious threat to your starter Pokemon if you've been leveling it up like I have. Of course, if you started off with Cyndaquil, this is a joke. You can just tear through these Bellsprout pretty easily, and they'll do even less damage with Vine Whip. Then they're doing, I guess grass is resistant to grass, so it's the same. But anyways, we take down another Bellsprout, and there's actually some solid experience for these, so I definitely suggest going here before fighting the gym, just because it's a really good opportunity to grind. And I believe there are also wild Pokemon in here. There should be, as we pick up a Paralyze Heal, or Pearls Heal. It does just that, it heals Pearls! That might come in handy later. I believe there are wild Pokemon in here, but maybe that's only on a certain floor, and maybe during only a certain time of day. That's actually one dynamic that I've been meaning to explain. The in-game clock works a little differently in this game than it did in Emerald, and of course that goes for the other games in the respective series also. In Gold, Silver, Crystal, there is an in-game clock that not only keeps track of time as it goes on, but it keeps track of morning, day, and night. So there'll be visible differences in the lighting outside, and actually different Pokemon will show up in grassy areas in different times of day. So there's some Pokemon that maybe only show up in the morning or only at night. Actually a really cool dynamic, but I can kind of see why they got rid of it, just because, you know, it is a little inconvenient if you're trying to catch a certain kind of Pokemon at a certain time. And of course, you can always go back and change the clock. I think you go back to talk to your mom and you can change the in-game clock to whatever you want, but it's still a pain in the ass. But I don't know, I still kind of think it was a cool feature, but of course they took it out in Generation 3. Actually, that's Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald, you know, the clock moves forward, and then I think actually in Fire Red and Leaf Green, there's no clock-based things at all. I think the game clock is pretty irrelevant. As we pick up Reflect, which will help raise our Pokemon's defense. So thank you for kicking your Pokemon's ass, no problem. It was my pleasure, Guy. I'm gonna start calling people Guy when I see him, like that, like the dude in that little kiosk there. This is an X-Defend. It's an in-game, I should say an in-battle item that raises your Pokemon's defense. I don't really bother because once the battle's over, the stat increases go away. Honestly, I just don't bother. And here we have Sage Edmond. Okay, another Sage with not really a Sage-type name. I see this guy more as like a car dealer. The name Edmund. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Maybe these are all perfect Sage names, and I just don't see it. Anyways, I think this is actually the last guy that we're going to be able to get in before calling it an episode. If we talk to the guy by the first stairs, he would say that if we go all the way to the end of this place, there's an HM for us. So that's actually the reason you want to go in here. I'm not just doing this to grind, although I probably would have off camera, but there is a reward to fighting all of these guys, which we're actually not too far off from. But yeah, like I said, actually I'm actually starting to run short now, so I think I'll get the outro out of the way here. If you did like the video, by all means, there's a little button that says like. Click that, subscribe to my channel, send me a comment, let me know what you think. Follow me on Twitter if you like, for updates and random musings, but if you do anything, of course, just show up next time. Alrighty, I'm Baltasar. On the next episode, we're going to keep going through the Sprout Tower and hopefully take on the gym in Violet City. I'm Baltasar. I love you guys, and I will see you very, very soon.